Okay, Mike Masato, CEO of Staff Driven Dental and the Dental Road Warrior, turning for episode 103 in the series. So hope it's been a great 2021 for you as we do this here, as we wrap up the year and look ahead into 2022. So thanks again for everybody listening for another year and following me. I do appreciate it. I love the questions I get once in a while. It's like, where do you do these videos? The smart answer would be in my car, obviously. But no, this is the New Jersey Garden State Parkway edition today. I usually do the Turnpike because it's a straighter shoe driving, but today it is the Garden State Parkway as I'm fighting sunset right now here to get this one in, the last one of 2021. So let's talk about new patients for a minute and go back to that subject because obviously this should be first and foremost, hopefully in your thoughts every day, is because we kind of get in this mode of tunnel vision when we go into our practice every day and we focus on treating the patients that are there, and we miss golden opportunities whether we're in our practice or outside of our practice to get new patients, because obviously new patients is what it's all about to continue to grow our practice. The great thing about dentistry is that we have a foundation of returning patients. We have a base that keeps coming back for the repeat business over and over again. That's the beauty of dentistry. It's not a one and done. Patients come in, you have them, and they need ongoing treatment from year to year. But obviously through attrition, we lose patients every year for whatever. People, they move, they die. Unfortunately, they age out of the practice. Different things occur where there is some attrition. We blow it from once in a while. We lose some patients. Unfortunately, they disappear because of we just had a situation with the pandemic ongoingly. People don't want to come back in, and then they just drift off and they don't come back. There's many different reasons why patients don't come back. So what has to happen is that we have to get new patients. We need to get new patients into our practice, because if we don't continue to get new patients, what happens is that we start suddenly have a declining active patient base, which is not a good thing to do. So what is the best question? There is a great question you can ask. What's the best question you can ask someone to get them as a new patient in your practice? Because there is a question that you need to ask people to get them, to open the door to get them to become a new patient, right? So good thing about this, you can listen to this video over and over again to get this question, but there's really the one great question to ask people that's going to open the door to get them as new patient, to get them as a new patient in your practices, really is this: do you have any dental problems that concern you? Do you have a dental problem? Or do you have any dental problems that concern you? Because if they don't, right, if they don't have an awareness that they have a problem they want to fix or take care of, it's going to be very hard to get them as a patient. All right. Yes, some people do come in, or they'll seek out a dentist because they know they're supposed to go. Well, I'm doing fine, but I got to come in for a cleaning and that kind of stuff like that. But obviously, if there's an awareness to a certain problem, they're going to want to fix it. Because if you don't have people that have any concern about anything when it comes to their oral health in any way, then the motivation level is not there. Because that's where it starts and ends. Is, do you have any dental problems that concern you when you're talking to people? Because look, this is a great question for people that don't go to the dentist or regularly go to the dentist because of high fear, because they just don't have a dedicated dental home, a place they will call my dentist, right? Because that's a good portion of America. There's a large portion of America. I don't know what the current statistic is, but it used to be 50%. Don't go to the dentist on a regular basis. And half of those don't have a dedicated dentist. So you want to basically find out, hey, you got anything that concerns you? Yeah, well, I got, when I brush my teeth and there's a lot of blood when I spit, for example. I'll give you one example. Well, and then what needs to follow from there, well, is that the non-minimizing statements these were an earlier video that I did way back when. Go find it. You should know if you want to go look these up. But you have to not minimize these. This is what they got going on. For example, you'd say things while you brush and there's blood when you spit. There's blood in this thing. Well, that's not okay. That's not acceptable. That's something to be concerned about, right? And that's a problem, right? It's not normal, right? These are non-minimizing statements about a condition they may have, because people think that these dental conditions are normal. Right? I used to say when a patient said to me, well, there's blood, I said, well, if you brushed your hair every day and there was blood, all right, and this thing on the brush, would that be a concern? Obviously, they would be concerned about that, wouldn't they? Because that would not be a normal thing. Well, people unfortunately don't understand the difference of what may be normal or not normal when it comes to dentistry, and that's where good dental health, and that's where you need to enlighten them. See, so there needs to be getting agreement that there's a problem. And this is kind of the art and science of learning how to talk to people, every day. in practice, all right? And bringing this up and asking the right questions to ask people instead of just telling them this is what you got to do and this is why you got to come in, this is why you need to take care of this. That's great. You're saying that, but if you say it, they can doubt it. If they say it, it's true, right? Well, that is a problem. I didn't think about it that way. That's something I really got to take care of. Yeah, all right. That is right. So that is a good awareness, like I said, factor to really be able to get people up to speed and get to know the big idea about dentistry. Okay, but this is a question we need to be armed with these questions going in, right? And have an awareness that we should be asking these questions to people because there's plenty of people out there. There's no shortage of unhealthy mouths out there that need good dentistry or need a good dentist. We have to be willing to ask. It's called impinging on people's universe a little bit. Get in their heads, get in what's going on with them. They ask them, what are you thinking about dentistry? What do you think about your dental health? Do you have anything that concerns you? And it could be an elective thing. It could be a simple thing like, I don't like my smile. I like this gap I have in my teeth. I don't like how brown or how dingy my teeth look, like how yellow they are, or how crooked they are or whatever. Okay, well, you should have solutions for that as well too. Because sometimes it's not all about restorative health. It's a lot about it can be about, looking good, feeling good on a cosmetic way, right? And then helping bring people's self-esteem up, right? So that you can ask those questions as well too. But there's so many great things that we have to offer, but we don't have to be willing to ask and know the right questions to ask. Because you know what? When you have the right question to ask, if you ask it the right way, right, the answer is going to come out. And then if they give us a problem they got going on, then we can address it. Because if you speak in generalities to people about dentistry, oh, you need to come in for dentistry. Okay, why? Why? You see, it's obvious to us because we work in this field every single day. We're used to it, right? It's a no-brainer for us to do dentistry or go to see the dentist on a regular basis and take care of ourselves. Or if something pops up that's not good that we know the symptom of, we're all over it. But most people don't have an awareness of this, right? Because you have to understand, dentistry has a lot of prevention involved. Unfortunately, most of healthcare in this country, there's nothing involved with prevention. It's like, okay, when I have a major problem or a health problem, then I'll go take care of myself. We don't want that with patients because by the time they got pain and bleeding and other discomfort or something's falling out, whatever, it's already too late. So that's what we have to get people understanding by asking the right questions. Right, and that's where getting agreement from people, because once you get them to agree, because the opposite of agree is disagree, you got them. Right? Well, another question is, wouldn't you agree that's something to be concerned about? Wouldn't you agree that's a problem? Wouldn't you agree that's not normal? Right? See, if they say yes to that question, then they're going to start getting them on board. And look, this is not manipulation. This is not, using mind games with people, right? Your main focus should be, I want to help more people get well, right? And you can't get them well unless you make them one of your new patients. And once you make them one of your patients, right? And no shortage of bad dentists around there. We know that. And there are more and more of these clinics popping up all over the place. So you need to be armed with these tools and be aware and keep them in the forefront of your mind, top of mind, when you're working every day. And your staff needs to ask these questions as well too, because we miss tons of great opportunities to ask for new patients when we're out. So when you're out and about and you're meeting people or your team is, that this is a good question they should ask people. Oh, you don't have a dentist? Do you have any dental health problems or any dental problems that concern you? And then it kind of opens the door in the conversation. But you got to be willing to be a bit out of your comfort zone. To talk to people about it. You're there to help people. That's what your mission in life is, to help other people. It's okay to talk about dentistry and be into it, right? And it's not just about what you're into clinically, among your colleagues. It's okay to bring it down to a 6th grade level to talk to people about, to help them get awareness of what dentistry really is all about in a simplified way. Say, I can help you with that, right? So that's why I bring up this question. It's a fantastic question, right? To know and be aware of, to use and as a tool, and have your team members use as well too. Right? 2022 is coming. This is the time of year you should be stepping back and say, what are my goals for the next year? Right, we had a great year. What are we going to do to strengthen and improve it? That's going on. What was down? What was not working that we need to make better? And one of the things we should always talk about on the agenda is new patients, and going into what are our new patients goals going to be for 2022. And nothing wrong with having a quota for how many new patients you want to get. All that is putting a number on how many more people you want to help get optimal dentistry in the new year. All right. But anyway, thanks again for listening. Hope you're enjoying this series. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to take it up and do another episode. But I'll be back in January probably. If I can sneak one in December, I will. Who knows? It's a short month for me. I'll try. Otherwise, I'll see you back in the new year.